great to be with my friend Boris Johnson.
People used to see Boris Johnson and Donald Trump as political twins.
They're saying Britain Trump. They call him Britain Trump.
Johnson may like the Britain bit. The Trump part, not so much. A UK government advisor recently told the Sunday Times that Boris was trying to distance himself from Trump.
Does everybody know it's going to be a
This follows a series of reports on how the US strong-armed the UK into banning Huawei. Britain's International Trade Secretary was also told to downplay the prospect of a UK-US trade deal during her trip to Washington. So are we seeing a rupture in US-UK relationships? Definitely not. The New York-born Johnson's Conservative Party is very pro-America. Are we seeing a UK government that's hesitant of betting all its chips on the US? Very likely.
3, 2, 1.
Johnson dreams of a global Britain after Brexit. Global includes both China and the US. But Britain and the US have always had a special relationship, and ties between Trump world and Brexit campaigners now empowering the UK are strong.
Thank you.
Trump's nationalism provided political capital for Johnson's most important objective, taking Britain out of the European Union. And perhaps even for Johnson's elevation to the top job. So when pressured by the US, Johnson banned Huawei despite UK telecom companies' objections and has taken a harder line towards China. So what has he gotten in return? Is UK's 5G industry benefiting from this?
It could mean the rollout of 5G is delayed for 2 to 3 years and may cost up to £2 billion.
Is London getting along with Beijing?
So I think the trust is a serious damage between the country level, between the government level, and among the businesses.
And is Britain getting its trade deal with the United States?
In the US, what is happening now is that the only thing that really gets traction with the government is anything that can be seen as useful for President Trump in the run-up to the elections. And from that point of view, really, there is not much to play for in that trade negotiations with the UK.
Most importantly, Johnson is now dealing with the Donald Trump who may or may not be in the White House come January 20th next year. Former Vice President Joe Biden was very clear on what he thinks about Brexit. Is this something Johnson wants to hear from a political ally?
Without England being totally integrated into the EU, to the extent that it is distanced from that, diminishes our ability to have influence on events on the continent.
Probably not. And significantly, the Democrats' advisors have suggested a President Biden would prioritize domestic concerns over any trade deals. The Biden administration isn't that set. Trump does have a dismal approval rating, but 4 years ago, he trailed Hillary Clinton and came back to a win. If one takes a look at the electoral map, it is clearly too early to count out another Trump shock. For Johnson, it's a balancing game. Trade talks with the EU are floundering and he's desperate for a deal with Washington. But he also wants to increase trade with China. How best to proceed? No one can predict the outcome of the election. Johnson can't either. Trump, Biden, and China each has value to the Prime Minister. But sometimes catering to one means angering the other. He cannot afford to go all in on one. He cannot afford to not appease everybody. So what's next? The story is still unfolding, but one thing is certain. The tightrope Johnson is treading is getting less steady by the day.